I love coffee, I love tea, I love the jive and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the Java and me.
Really, was an attractive option to me, and unfortunately Long Island didn't do that. And you know, to my parents' dismay, I moved away. And until that really happens, I want when I do have children, I would like to raise my children in that kind of a walkable community. And that's a big problem that Long Island is facing. We're seeing that an exodus of our young people, and they're moving to places like Brooklyn or northern Jersey. They have a brain gain because they started doing all these light rails in northern Jersey in Bergen County. So I mean, they're seeing young people flock to northern Jersey.
Yeah, they were some of the first that moved to the TODs. I know. Yeah. I mean, you're bringing up the safety of roadways. Certainly, those very large, wide roadways are scary places to be for pedestrians and cyclists. One of the things that I learned probably from one of your predecessors was the wider the roadway, the faster cars or the faster drivers feel comfortable driving. So, and as speed increases, so do the severity and likelihood of an accident. And unfortunately, these roadways are not designed for pedestrians or cyclists. They become dangerous places for them to be. So parents do not want their children to go to the store or go to the park by themselves on their bike. And so it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. We begin to, parents have to take their kids everywhere they go because of the way we have developed, on Long Island, not only in Brookhaven. And then our roads become more congested, and then we widen them, they become less safe.
Yeah. We Tri-State issued every year or 2 years we do a dangerous roads report, and we found that in the region, in the Tri-State region, Long Island had the 2 most dangerous roads. And it's kind of counterintuitive. You think, okay, maybe urban areas have the but it's suburban arterials because of that. They're just so wide, and when you have wide roads, you have a very open view as a driver, which is a psychology of driving where you see this open road, it means you can go faster. If the road is a little bit narrower, you slow down and you're more aware of your surroundings. And unfortunately, that's just the way roads have been built in Long Island. And this dangerous roads report, we saw that it's Sunrise Highway and Hempstead Turnpike were the 2 most dangerous roads in the region.
Even, when I had previously worked with DOT as a civic leader, one of the things that we wanted was them to plant trees alongside the roadway, which they would never plant the street trees, which are really a traffic calming, does slow down the speed of cars because it does narrow that field of vision that you were just talking about. And it also gives them that picket fence type, so you can judge your speed. Because on a big wide roadway, it's difficult to judge your speed. If you have something to judge it by, either close in stores or street trees, people tend to slow down.
Yeah, I think we've worked very closely with DOT, and that's a very good point. That's one of the things we kept raising in this DOT meeting on Route 347 was that, okay, put some trees, and they came up with this new plan.
Yeah, I've read that. Yes.
This is why we think there's an opening with Commissioner Gwynn, because she's open to these ideas and she's putting people in place that agree with these ideas, and starting this Green Lights program, which is similar to the LEED development, the leadership in energy and efficiency development. They're starting this program called Green Lights, which is a grading system of the roads.
Really?
In New York State, and Route 347 is supposed to be kind of the example of what the highest or the greenest type of road, basically by incorporating bike and pedestrian, making developments, making improvements to increase access to transit services. But they can only do that so much. They have to still work with the towns and municipalities to really kind of adjust their zoning and to get those developments right up against the road, so you can narrow the stream of vision and to make it a safer road for walkers, bikers, and for drivers. Because drivers, there's a lot of accidents car on car because people are going too fast and the way the road is designed.
Absolutely. And the street trees, I just want to also underscore that they also serve the purpose of cleaning the air.
Mhm.
I know I had read in a community somewhere in Germany, they actually had rows of trees, not only, you know, one row of trees, but I think it was 3 rows adjacent to the highway, just to clean out some of the pollutants that cars do emit. And that was effective for them.
And they're also a great natural sound barrier.
Yes.
For people that do
Yes.
happen to live.
And heat, they reduce the heat.
Mhm.
Yeah, trees are good. We like trees.
Trees are good.
One of the things we just did in the town of Brookhaven, and I used to be the chairperson of the town's bike advisory committee, and I thought this would be a good thing to start up again, to try to make our roadways safe for cyclists and for pedestrians and really for all users. So, do you have any recommendations on how we should go about doing that?
On how we should go about
Making our roadways
making
safer
roadways
for-
safer?
Yes.
There's simple design items that can
Okay.
be incorporated into roads, particularly at intersections. If you have either raised crosswalks or crosswalks that are different colors. Sometimes a lot of people make them like in fabric-colored crosswalks.
Yes. Okay.
What those do is they make, we were talking about earlier about the kind of field of vision. These make it more visible
Yes.
to
Okay.
drivers that happen to be driving through. They not only see the person, but they also see the crosswalk, and they inherently slow down. This is good for cyclists, for walkers, and for cars. In terms of creating bike paths along roadways, you can create protected bike paths, which generally are
Separated from the roadway?
Not separated from the roadway. Kind of separated from the roadway. You have like a curb between traffic, and then you have
I see.
a bike path. You can see it. This is a bad example because it's in the city, but in Manhattan they have protected bike lanes on some of the main roadways that allow, and they have different lights for bicycles. So they allow bicycles to go before traffic, and then they'll stop and watch
I always
traffic.
thought the people who drive bikes in Manhattan are crazy people. They're just driving all over the place. I said, they must have a death wish or something, I guess.
But it's the same on Long Island. I mean, I think
Oh, yeah.
we need to start designing roads that, you're always going to have the bikers, the diehard bikers that are going to bike no matter what condition.
Yes.
But we need to start creating environments that allow bikers that want to maybe not drive or live within a mile or two of their work, but don't feel safe to do it.
Right.
I remember having a meeting where someone was like, "Oh no, but all the bikers are crazy. They'll just drive and everything." I'm like, "Well, that's not the dynamic or the target audience. The target audience is
a family,
or the guy that wants to, or the woman that wants to bike to work and doesn't feel safe to doing it because he or she might get hit by a door when the door's open, or just hit by a car in general. I mean, those are some simple design tools that can help, that can create a safer bike environment.
Right. I mean, anything, and I'm a big fan of bike lanes that really show the motorist that he or she does not belong in that particular area. So rather than just have a shoulder with a sign, which is what we get a lot in Brookhaven. I know County Road 21 that goes through Yaphank and Middle Island all the way up to Rocky Point. It is a signed bike lane, but it doesn't have the delineation. It doesn't have the different color. Sometimes they put a different color in the asphalt, which really
much like the crosswalks.
Yes.
Like green.
Yes.
Green.
Or even the little stencil design that shows a cycle.
Pardon me, boy, is that the Chattanooga Choo-Choo?
Yes, yes, track 29.
Boy, you can give me a shine.